Hey guys, it's Paul here again from 074 in Donegal, back for the Ep.3 of the Skyline. So the plan is today to try and get the inside of the roof sanded and sprayed. So as I said before, there was some fire damage done on the inside, so we just need to protect a bit of the inside of the roof to make sure it doesn't crack in the future. Best time to do it is now because all the interior bits are out. It doesn't need to be a perfect job, you know, just a bit of a sand and then some etch primer on it, so it shouldn't take too long. Other plans as well are to take all the parts that I'm keeping out of the car, wipe down all the surfaces inside the car that have any dust or residue, smoke damage just lying there, get all that cleaned up, as I said before, top to bottom. The actual interior bits I'm keeping as well, they need to be sanded down and resprayed to get rid of all the residue inside them, and also any other fabrics that I'm keeping as part of that interior need to be cleaned as well, probably with some sort of detergent. But the goal here today, I only have a couple of hours here, so it's to spray the roof, begin sanding and cleaning on the inside of the car and see how we get on. But before then I just want to show you a couple of parts that I picked up in the last week or so to help complete the build. So just a few parts to show you what I got in the last couple of weeks just to help me finish it off. Picked up a few of these last week. This part here is obviously the AC unit inside the car. Some of the buttons of mine were sticking, so I got this here pretty cheap. And it looks like it's in pretty good nick, but I don't really know until I turn it on if it's any good or not. Ashtray, I was missing one in mine. Some plastic bits just underneath the windshield for the aircon. These are a bit kind of cracked and broken, but they're far better shape than mine were. This is the actual blower itself. I actually only needed the fan inside it, but the guy I got this off was happy enough to give me the full unit, so that's good. But the main bit I wanted to show were these gauges. So a friend of mine, Marty, again at Midnight Auto, happened to have these for sale, and he knew I was looking for them, so he gave me a shout. So these are Defi gauges with a controller. So I got water temp, oil temp, and the oil pressure one as well as a sandwich plate. So I actually already have a sandwich plate and all in this car for an oil cooler, so I'll need to see how I'm going to fit this. If I can use this plate already, which has the sensors already built into it, or screwed into it rather, so I'd rather use this one if I can't get away with it, but just need to investigate that and see what's the best approach. So I've ordered a few more parts as well. I'll be ordering more tonight again, so hopefully get that landed the next week or two. Parts from England as well are being sent off this morning, I believe, so they should be here by the end of the week. So yeah, just gonna get set up here now and enjoy the show. So these are all the parts out of the car that didn't go for flocking. So the kick panels, the rear passenger quarters, one of the window trims, the other one was actually burnt, and it's part of the package coming over from England. Part of the steering column, a few other bits, the dash surround, and some of the center console bits as well. So these parts will need to be cleaned. Cleaned down and sanded, whatever ones I'm respraying. I'll probably not respray these quarters. Just give them a good clean and see if I can get a lot of the smoke out of the fabric itself and get that smell out of it. Smells the worst bit. But as for inside, so a bit of smoke damage is all there is really that needs to be cleaned here. I can wipe down some of this, I suppose. This big panel here at the back obviously got a lot of smoke residue on it. Bit of the carpet at the back window had some smoke damage, but it actually doesn't, there's no actual burn damage on it. and it doesn't smell too bad, so I don't really have to take that out. I'll just give it a good clean down or wipe down. After that as well, I will begin sanding a part of the main beam here across the roof and then behind it, and then just mask off the windows, the top of the windows, and just prime it up with some etch primer. So yeah, gotta get to work. Alright guys, so I took some parts out of the car, brought it down to the house here to clean them down and start sanding. So a bit of a break here between the rains. So I'm going to try and power hose, just do a light power hose on some of the interior bits here to get all the smoke damage off and give them a good clean with a few sponges here, and then start sanding on some of the items that I'm going to spray. So once I get them hosed here, I'm going to get them inside here, dry it off and start sanding. So there's a few parts here. Look at obviously the kick panels here for the doors. This is one of the interior parts I'm going to respray, and the center console here as well, so or around the dash surround. So I took out all the buttons here inside. They need to be cleaned separately because they're all electrical, so I'll be doing them by hand after I've done this. And then a few other bits, kick panels, and then the rear passenger door panels as well, or side panels, whatever you want to call them. So let's get started here. Hopefully it won't take too long to get them clean. It's not too much, thankfully. And then after there, as I said, get them in, get them dried, and start sanding. So just leaving everything outside here to dry for a bit. All came out pretty good. All the damage, smoke damage taken off it. So main concern now was the fabric bit, but I think let it set aside here and dry for a bit, and then I'll give it a proper wash inside. I didn't want to use the hose on it, so, but everything else looks like it took a lot of the damage off. So I got all the parts cleaned up yesterday, guys, and wiped down and dried and left them to dry overnight. The tricky bit was the fabric in the rear quarters, but they're all dry now and nice and smooth. So What I'm going to do today is sand down some other parts of the interior that I'm going to spray and paint before they're back into the car. But I figured first I'll do it on some smaller bits, inconspicuous ones you wouldn't really see when you get into the car, just to make sure it looks okay, and if they look okay I'll move on to the bigger ones. So I'll start with these ones first. Part of the door handle is one of the speakers, the other one's fine. The driver's side footrest on every side, the pedals, and this bit here that sits underneath the steering dome, underneath the steering wheel. So if I do these first and they come out okay, I'll move over to the bigger ones as well, so the kick panels and then the center console, and there's another few small bits as well to do. So I'll start with these ones and sand them outside here. I'm going to set up a small spray booth, just like a cardboard spray booth inside the garage, so I'll show you what that looks like. Hey guys, so I've got all these small bits here sanded up before I tackle the big bits. Give them a good clean, good sanding, good buff of clean cloth as well, just to lift any of that loose dirt off them. And I'm just going to spray it here now with a plastic primer, a grey colour, and then after a couple of coats of that there, once it dries, I'll use this this black vinyl paint as well, both from Halford. So it's been a while since I sprayed anything, so we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, just a pro tip as well, if you're spraying interior parts, try and spray them in the same position that you'll be looking at them within the car. That way you know, at face value, you know what it's going to look like once it's in the car. That's what I did here with the rest pedal that sits beside the clutch pedal on the driver's side. So I just put it up in the corner because I know that's where it's going to sit in the car. I'll do the same thing when I spray the center console and the kick panels as well. So anyway, I can start it here and see how it goes. Okay guys, so that's three separate primer coats I've put on these bits here. It looks like it came out okay. There's no runs or anything on any of the bits. So yeah, I'm kind of happy enough with it, to be honest. I think I'll go ahead and sand down the other big bits now that would stand out more. I've fired a few coats on them as well. Just leave them in the garage here to dry for a day or so. On the primer kind of says 24 hours, but we'll see if I can be bothered waiting that long or not. So I got all the other interior parts primed. Got a couple of coats on them. Need to leave them probably for a few hours to dry, but I'll probably not touch them now until tomorrow. I have a few other bits to get done in the meantime. So while that's been done, I have taken all of the bits out of this dome here. This is surrounding the steering column. Or around the clocks even. So all the switches here on the table need to be cleaned because they all have smoke damage on them as well. So all these different switches, you know, stuff just kind of fill the holes in the dash. I'll just give a bit of a clean here and see, fit it all back together, and then once that's done, oh yeah, the clocks here as well. So these got a lot of damage. I'm hoping it comes off easily enough. If not, I'll have to see what I can do about it, but at least I can get all this here bit around the side of it off, and the bits at the back. This whole area here doesn't look like it was damaged at all, so I'll try and give the Facebook link here and see how I get on. Hey guys, sorry this video took a pretty long time. Thanks if you managed to stick around for this long. As you saw at the end there, I was just finishing off some of the dash parts, so the clocks. I got them all done. Used a bit of compound on the plastic there to clear it up pretty nicely, so I'll just show you here. As you can see, it's pretty nice finish on it. It should look pretty nice when it's back in the car as well. I used a bit of Markvard's compound just to give it that nice clear see-through look. I also got all the other clocks back together as well, or sorry, the other dials and knobs back together, so all nice and cleaned up. Again, the main thing here was to get all the smoke damage taken off them, because that was quite extensive. I didn't realise how penetrative it was. It got everywhere. The more I looked at this car, the more I realised there's stuff I forgot that needs to be done. So, but yeah, plans now. Get the roof finished, spray. You get some edge primer on the roof. I got it sanded before I finished up on it the other day, but I didn't have time to actually finish the job. Get that done this week. Hopefully the parts from England land this week as well. Once they do, I need to assess them and see what they're at. I imagine some of the parts will probably need sanded and sprayed as well, so hopefully it lands this week. If not, well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for sticking around and watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe to the video, and I'll chat to you again soon.